So we're going to unbox the RA2 XTool Rotary attachment. This is perfect for doing tumblers or any sort of cylindrical object on your laser cutter. I'm going to do a full review of this once I get some experience with it, but for now I just wanted to do a video showing you what comes in the box. So first of all, you get the user manual. XTool's manuals are always really well illustrated with renders of the different parts and pieces. And under the foam, we have two tools. These look like Allen keys. Got the cables to connect it to your laser. This is the support module. And here's the main rotary unit with the rollers attached. We've got a bag of screws, 3 stud components, a level. And in the accessories box, we have all the components for the chuck. So here's the chuck with the belt. This is the tail module. So this will support things like balls or egg-shaped objects. So here's the chuck module. So the belt goes over this big gear right here to turn it. The other end goes over the motor. This is like a solid block of aluminum. You have 2 holes right here to mount it to the base. And then you can mount different types of accessories to the jaw. So you've got these arms, and there's multiple mounting points on the jaws. So looks like you can mount it here or here. So you can get a little bit wider grip or a more narrow grip. There's also 3 of these kind of double-stepped jaw components that can be mounted right there. So it gives you a lot of variety in the size of the object that you can grip with this. So the Allen bolts just go right in there and you screw it onto the jaw like this. So with the jaws mounted on the chuck, you can use the key to open and close the jaws. And you can turn it by hand too. You kind of only need the key to tighten it at the end. So the cool thing about this rotary is it has 4 different configurations. So the rollers are perfect for objects that are perfectly cylindrical. So objects that have kind of parallel sides to it, like this thermos. So the rollers have a lot of surface area that are touching the object, so it's much less likely to slip on the rollers as it's turning. And there's 3 different positions that you can place the rollers for different size objects. So if I wanted to change the roller to the B position, I just flip it over and remove this screw right here. Then the roller can tip up and you just move it over to the B position and replace the screw. So this is a much better position for something like a rolling pin. And if you ever have a problem with long items like this, or even like a baseball bat, that's where the support module comes in handy. So you can adjust the height of this arm, and it has these 2 free-wheeling ball-bearing wheels that you can place under the long item and then adjust the height so the top of the object is level. The support module is also important for irregularly shaped objects like this glass here. So you can have the glass on the rollers and then support the stem with the support module and have it rotate properly in order to engrave it. Now, in order to use the chuck, you do have to take the rollers off. So you just remove the 2 bolts from the brackets. So 1 bolt there, and the roller just comes right out. And then here's the other bolt. And then you just have to loosen these 2 screws here in order to remove the drive roller. Now the jaw chuck mounts right to the rotary where the B and A indicators are. You can see a couple bolt holes right there. So you're going to take the long bolts that are included and tighten it down right there. Next, we're going to take the chuck drive pulley and mount it to the output shaft of the motor here so we can install this belt to drive the chuck. So the first thing we need to do is make sure the flat part of the drive shaft is pointed down. So we can just turn this right here to turn the motor until the flat part is right at the bottom. Now, there's going to be an access hole at the bottom of the rotary, and that's going to let us access these set screws. So we'll put the pulley right on here with one of the screws pointing down. So then we just tighten the first screw, then rotate the gear 90 degrees so we can access the other screw. And then we just take the belt and pop it on the 2 pulleys. And there we go, our jaws are ready to use. So there's several different ways you can use these clamping jaws. If you have something like this with an inner opening, you can place it over the jaw and clamp outward like this, or you can have it clamp on the outside like this. The champagne glass seems to hold well with this configuration also. Now, this is the other set of jaws that are included. They have a little bit of a wider grasp, and they work better for objects that have like more rounded bases. Now you can also set up the rotary to hold rings with these stud components. So these studs thread right into the jaws, and you can take a ring and place it right on the end of these studs and expand the jaws until it holds the ring perfectly. So this will enable you to engrave on a ring. You can even hold the ring from the outside, tip the entire rotary up at an angle, and engrave the inside of the ring, just like is shown here. But you can also use these studs to hold spherical objects like Christmas ornaments or even eggs. So to do that, you use the tail module, which has this kind of rubber cup on it that's on a bearing. And the tail module is dovetailed to slide right into these two tracks on the rotary. So you place the egg between the three studs and bring the tail module up to it, and then tighten the tail module down like this. And then when this turns, the egg will turn with it. So you can do the same thing with ornaments. You're also going to need these risers in order to lift your laser up high enough to clear the height of the rotary plus whatever you're engraving. So these just thread together like this, and you pop off the rubber cap from the legs on your laser, move that to the bottom of your extension, and then thread the extensions onto the bottom of the feet. All right, so that's going to do it for this unboxing of the XTool RA2. Very versatile rotary tool. Pretty much handle any way you want to do any sort of round or cylindrical or spherical object. Again, if you want to check it out, you can see links in the description below. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.